Thank you so much for tuning in. This is ReShawna Leaven with KW United. So today's video, I'm going to remind you how to actually find the office listings. If you're in KW United or you use BrightMLS, this will help you. But if you're outside of the area and you're a KW agent, this will help you with the open house tool that I will show you that I'm so excited about. It's very quick and very easy, especially if you're holding an open house for yourself or your own listing, or you have permission from the listing agent and they've contacted the owner for you to actually host that property open. So we are in BrightMLS. So I'm just going to do a quick rundown of how you actually find our office listings, the easiest way to do so. So we want to click on search, inventory, and the KWR 13, KWR 30. And I only want residential and I only want active results. So 58 between the two offices. And you can sort it by the office name if you like. You can add more features. But the helpful thing to do is to create a save search. So you do not have to keep doing this over and over. So what we want to do is click on save here at the bottom. And we want to click a new save search. You could also send the search to you automatically by email, but I find this method is easier. So then you can actually go to the actual list. So KW United listings. And click save. And so where am I going to find that? So let's talk about that. So what we want to do is go in search, and I still like the classic view. I still haven't gotten used to the new save searches view yet. So I still like classic because it's just easier, because that is what I'm used to. So then this is what you can organize, especially if you have a lot of searches in here like I do, because I do market updates for each county by whether it's a condo, townhouse, single family every week. So it's just easier for me to do that. So what you want to do is find the search that you want, and you want to click on results, because you always want those results to be a fresh results. So now what we want to do is we want to create a custom leads page for our guests to register. That is the whole point of this video, but I was just doing a background so you actually know how to find them. So I am going to do it on the one that I am holding open tomorrow. So let's find it. Shout out to Lee too. Thank you for letting me hold your listing open for you tomorrow. So this is the property address. So I'm going to copy this. So now this is my KW site that we are being offered with through command. So yours may not look like this if you haven't customized it, but this is how mine looks. So what I want to do is I want to actually search for this property address. Oh, one thing to note, this particular one, it didn't happen with, but say for instance, if it's another particular property that comes out like this, for instance, like say this property on 6430 Franconia Road came up, but it was actually the property that I'm doing, make sure you're actually using the particular property that you need, because this property could have sold like 2 years ago. So make sure you're using the current link that you need. So what we want to do is click on that, and it's making me sign in. I don't know why. No. Okay, backtrack. Okay, so what we want to do is at the end of this link, we want to put open house, and it remembers that because I did it earlier. So we want to do open house because we want to create an open house lead magnet page. And so you see it automatically creates it for you. So here we go. So it's going to be your unique URL that you have created /open house and those special numbers. So you can go in bit.ly and shorten this if you want to, but then I'm going to actually have this on my iPad for them to actually register. So I'm going to register on here so you see what happens. And we want to agree to all those things and click submit. And so this is what happens after they have submitted. So it's going to have your bio. I actually look like I need to fix some things with that. But anyway, they can scan the QR code while they're still at the open house. They can do all these things. So this is going to actually come up after they have registered. But what happens in the back end of command? So I'm going to go back to home. And so you see this is a notification. So it says agent site notification, new open house contact form received from ReShawna Leaven. Well, it's me because I did it, but it would be the person's name. So now we can click on view contacts. So who is this person? So see, you can see the property. The reason why I like this is because it shows you what property it is. Because I was thinking about creating my own unique link for an actual, like my own landing page for the property. But then that's kind of like, to me, that's too much work because then I have to like manipulate the system and all that kind of stuff. So this is just so much easier because it automatically tells you where this lead came from. It's not going to necessarily work because I do a lot of tests within mine. So, but you'll see what I'm saying. So then you can actually still go back to the link if you need to. One thing to note though, if you click on the link from in here, it's not going to be the open house link that you created. It's going to go to the link of the property. So keep that in mind. So especially if you're doing this, if you're holding an open house for someone else, if you click on this link, it's not going to go to the link that's going to be necessarily tied to you, if that makes sense. So now what we want to do is we want to add this person to a campaign. So, which a campaign is a smart plan. A couple companies calls it different things. So we want to add this person to, well, this person being me, to a campaign. I had created another open house one, but I like the new one I created. So 2025 open house plan. And I will show you you want to start it now and confirm. And I will show you actually how to download this campaign once I show you some other things. So I can refresh this. And so I should have a few tasks. So right now, so these are the first two tasks in the campaign. I'll show you how it looks here, and then I'll show you the back end of how it looks. So I need to email the open house guests. So when I created this campaign, at first I had it to go automatically out, but I said, well, I don't really necessarily want to do that, especially because I'm sharing the campaign with someone else. So I don't want to necessarily do that. So I'll show you in a few minutes. And then I want to send an email to the listing agent. So now what I want to do is go in the open house plan. So you can see, quick thing to note. So I'm in here. It probably isn't going to work because. So if you ever create a smart plan and you have someone on the smart plan, it will not let you edit. So be aware of that. So I may have to make a copy of this so you can see what I'm talking about. Actually, no, I won't. So you can go in and look at it, but you can't make changes to it. Like this plan that I created, I cannot make changes to it because someone is already attached to the plan. But let's go through it. It's still a work in progress, but this is, it's a start. So email to open house guests. So I created a email in the Google Docs. If you're not aware that Google Docs, you can actually create a document, email within Google Docs and email it directly in the Google document. And I will click on it so you can see what I'm talking about. So I automatically ask you to make a copy because I don't want you to make revisions to mine. So you have to make a copy. So you can't even see what it is. I'm showing you what it is, but you won't be able to make changes. So this is just a template. Of course, you're going to have to make revisions, but I decided to do this because especially if this is just a mass template that you're creating and you are using this for every single open house If it's automatic, then you could have a house in Springfield. Then the next week you might have something in DC. So you don't want those particular links or everything you're sharing to go out automatically, because it's not going to make sense to who you're sending it to, not unless you're just sending a generic thank you. So that's why this is created this way. So if I want to send an email, all I have to do is send an email directly from here. And you see, this is the beauty of this. It comes up automatically in your email address. Automatic. And then you can just attach your signature to it. That's why I don't have a signature line here. So that's that. So now, next thing, we want to think, you could use this particular template, this next one, for the listing agent or the seller if it actually is your listing. But we want to thank the person that is, again, I'm making you copy it instead of just looking at it. So thank you. So of course you want to address who it is. I don't have that here. You can say hi. I might make changes to it. So thank you for allowing me the opportunity to hold an open house. Mine is a little bit more fancier than this, but this is just what I put in mine. Number of guests, any potential offers, what's the positive feedback, at least 3 things. You could do more unless there's something going on with the house. Negative feedback from guests. And I say I will continue to follow up with interested buyers who have attended and let you know if they would like to move forward. So just you want to think who let you do it, because they didn't have to do. So that link is in there. And so day 2. So that was just, I call it day 0, ground zero. That was day 1. Those are the things you need to do immediately on the day of the open house. So next we move to day 2. So I call this the nice meeting you call to the open house. At the open house. So that's day 2. So then day 3, we have search for the contact's address and forewarn by looking them up by their name and or their phone number. And I have the link to forewarn. So if you don't know, you can use forewarn on your mobile app, or you can actually use it online. So if you switch from either one, it's going to ask you for a confirmation code. So just be aware of that. So you'll need your phone close by if you decide to use the mobile version. So keep that in mind. And so now, after you have found their information, send them a thank you card. So tools you'll need for this is you will actually need thank you cards and envelopes. I'll put a link in the description that you can buy some from Amazon with my link at different options for that. Stamps. You're going to need stamps. Need an ink pen. You'll need something to write with. I don't like pencil. I don't want anything to be erased. I just don't like pencil. I don't like how it sounds, but that's just a me thing. So pro tip, get forever stamps so you will lock in the price of stamps. They come in sheets of 20, and the link below will show you, and I'll show you real quick, is it links to the forever stamps. So these are all the forever stamps that are available. So you have one sheet is 20. So you can do 1 or 2 or however many you need, and it'll tell you the cost, and it'll ship it to you, or you can go pick it up. I would say order it, because if you order it, and you go to the post office and they don't have it, that's a waste of gas. And then sometimes post office line is long. So then I have a few other things in the campaign. So make a call every 30 days. And then I have an email here. That's just the same email. It's just something I put in here. And then on day 60, what I have here is I said, what is happening with this open house contact? Is this a good lead to nurture? If so, then you need to add them to another smart plan. Secondly, is this lead unrealistic? With unrealistic expectations. So then what you want to do is you want to archive this lead. It doesn't make sense. I don't want to work with them for whatever reason. So that is all for today's video. I just wanted to make something quick and easy so you could find this, because we're trying to leverage technology and make it a great day. And thank you for watching. But before I let you go, make sure, this is something I did find out. So you remember when we actually created the actual link to the open house? Make sure you save that somewhere. You could put it in Google Keep, I'll do another video about Google Keep, the things you can do with that. Make sure you save or you put it in your documents or email it to yourself, because there is no way for you to go back to this link other than creating another one, which isn't terrible. But if you need it, it's no other way to go in the back end of Command and finding it, because I tried and it doesn't exist. Make it a great day. Like and subscribe. I hope this video helped you with your open houses. Bye.